Hello everyone, it's Rachel here at Clarty Hands Crafts, and today I am showing you a quick and easy way to make pocket pages with a flap closure. If you're following along with me today, then you'll need two pieces of paper, one for the back and one for the front. Both pieces will need to be the same height, but the width can be different if you wish. I could have actually just made a flap that was larger in this, but for some reason I decided to cut it off. So that little piece that I'm just cutting now didn't really need to be removed. Place the two pages back to back and then pull one of them, the top one, over to one side. It doesn't matter which side. And then you're going to fold around the excess so that it makes a flap, and that's going to be a closure. Use a scoring tool to crease it down and make sure that it stays around to the front side. Then flip the entire thing over and do the same on the other side. So the other bit of overhang that was left, then you can fold that round to what is now the front. Now would be the best time to add any shaping to the flap. So on this one I'm turning it into a point like an envelope. To do this you need to find the centre point at the edge and then cut from that to the fold line. I used a corner rounding punch to clip the corners of the other side. This prevents the corners from becoming dog-eared, and it also makes it obvious that there's a flap to open there. If you want to ink your page, then it's best to do it before you stick them together. And then stick them down back to back by gluing the top edge and the bottom edge from side to crease. Place one sheet on top of the other, making sure that the edges match. You can now fold your pages in half so that they're ready to be stitched into your journal, and then that gives you an idea of where the centre point should be. It can be a bit tricky to do this to get the right amount of paper on either side, so I opened the flap so that I could see how wide the page would actually be if it was a full page. I'm now using Velcro dots to stick the closure together. Put one on the flap, and then I will put the counterpart one on top with the glue sticking upwards, and then fold it shut to make sure that it's in the right place. And then that can open and close, and it will hold shut so that pieces that you put inside don't fall out. And then for the other side I made a closure just using a piece of scrap card. I punched a circle from it, so I'm just playing around with the placement here before inking it up so that it goes with the rest. Before I stuck down that closure circle, I knew that I wanted to add some lacy trim to the flap, so I was deciding on where to put that, and then glued it firmly into place with plenty of glue. Once that dried, then I trimmed down the edges to take away the excess lace. Need some sharper scissors. The secret to gluing the circle closure in place is to only glue half of the circle, and that leaves the other half free so that the flap can slip under it and be held in place. You could even decorate that little circle using a flower like I've done here. So this is just a little one that I had in my stash. And then the gem moved out of position. It wasn't stuck down very well, so I stuck that down on top as well. Just made extra sure with a bit more glue. As you can see, I used my sewing machine to stitch a zigzag border right around the edge of the entire page. This is an optional step, of course, so you can choose to do that if you want to add a little bit more detail. So this creates a full page to be folded and put inside a journal signature. Now all that's left to decide is where to put it in my journal that I'm working on. So I'm just looking for a suitable spot to show you how it will look. So you'll fold it in, and then we've got one large page with a large pocket and then one slightly narrower on the other side. and that can be used to store some tags or photographs, anything like that.